I'll talk to you later. Hi.
Hi. Was it very strange for you when you had to go from playing Todd on General Hospital to playing Franco on General Hospital?
Strange is not a word. Strange is not the first. Yeah, it was a little strange. It was a little strange because I felt like it wasn't made clear to me for that transition how much of a transition they really wanted and how much of a transition we were required to do because there was a lawsuit involving the characters from On That Boat.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think that they were kind of hedging their bets, and it was this kind of dance between, well, we want the same thing you've always done, and that would I'd get that note some days, and then other days it would be like, no, you're a different guy. And so I think it was not, yeah, that's a little strange. Because I wanted to do like wholesale kind of, like I thought it would be really interesting to really try on a completely different suit. Like I look at the character, like you put it on and that's what it looks like on you. So, yeah, I just said that. Yeah, the character's like a suit. But I wanted a new suit. Like I thought it would be really fun after all those years of doing that to try and kind of think of this new person and see how that person reacted against all of these other people. And I was really excited about that. And I'm not sure how much of that we did. We did that for a couple of days, and then people realized that the blonde hair was a really bad idea. and I can say that because it was my idea. And not all ideas are good ideas. Some ideas are just ideas. That was not a good idea. I look like Macaulay Culkin. And I felt. I felt it's weird. Like there's this communication from us to you guys. Like I don't mean to sound like a yoga instructor or some kind of, but I can kind of feel when things are going well, and it's almost like it's a weird thing. Like when you do a play, and you can tell when a joke lands because they laugh. And I kind of felt like Franco wasn't landing right away. And it felt like it took a little while for everybody to kind of figure out what we were going to do. And that's nobody's fault. I think sometimes it just takes time for us to figure out, like we'll put something out there, and we kind of have to wait, first of all, 3 or 4 weeks for you guys to see it, to kind of get a sense of whether or not it works. Because sometimes things do, like, if the crew laughs at something, or they... I'm not making myself clear. I'm frustrated with myself. I'm feeling shame. Yeah, it was strange. And I knew it wasn't working for some reason. I couldn't figure out why not, because I had done everything that I had always done to prepare. I learned the words and figured out what the story was. We figured out who was doing what, where we were standing. Well, I mean, like, I did all my homework. Why wasn't it awesome? Because I do feel like it wasn't initially. And part of that, I think, is because they wanted... Like, they weren't clear with me about... I didn't see the way James Franco played that part because I chose not to watch it. Let me know if I'm boring you guys. I'm much more comfortable when somebody tells me what to say. Like if it said Roger, and then in stage direction it's like, rightly, and then I go like... I know how to do that. I don't know how to talk about what I do. I feel like... I didn't want to watch James Franco because I didn't want to try and rip him off. And it's impossible to look at an actor play a part and not kind of let it affect your behavior and how you're moving. And I didn't want to be and I can't do impersonations at all. My father's from England and I can't do an English accent. And I've heard it my whole life. So for me to try and like be James Franco, I knew was not, like I wasn't going to be capable of that. So I chose to not watch what he did. But I understand, because of what people told me about it, that it was really, really dark and very still, and that there was a thing. So what they were saying to me, my instruction was like, well, we want you to be this guy, but we don't want you to be anything like the guy that was the guy. Which is a hard note to take. Like, so I dyed my hair blonde. And then like 3 months later, they were like, dude, what's wrong with your hair? Because somebody tweeted, I don't like his. Pay attention to stuff like that. Thank you. It was a little silly. It was. I mean, I honestly I I do feel a little kind of actory saying this, but I felt like a different guy. You felt like a different pair of shoes. It felt like I appeared differently. Because it's hard, like we can't really change, I can't change my appearance that much. I can kind of grow my hair longer or shape, and that's about all I got. And so to be a completely different character for the same audience in the middle of the play, to like walk off, and then come back on and go, okay guys, I'm someone else now. And have you guys along for the ride? That's a dare. I don't know, and I don't even know. I hear Michael's coming back, and I think the world of him. What character is he going to play? Right?
We're thinking Cassadon. We think he's going to be a Cassadon.
Oh, I'm jealous now. I want to be in one of those big families like